Coming March 25th and 26th, Hobie Fishing World's qualifying event, Shasta Bass Kayak Classic. Get all the info at ShastaBassKayakClassic.com. It's coming March 25th and 26th, Hobie Fishing World's qualifying event, Shasta Bass Kayak Classic. Get all the info at ShastaBassKayakClassic.com. It's Good evening. How is everyone this evening? Welcome back to another episode of Kayak Bass Live on a Thursday night. I apologize, we did it on Thursday this evening. Sometimes things don't go the way they should. Normally we would have David here, but David had to work this evening, so that way he can make it next week for Shasta. So with that, we miss you, David. Wish you were here. So here we are. Here tonight with Drew Russell. Drew Russell is the recent winner of the Kayak Bass Fishing TRAIL event up at over there over there at Barren River Lake. But before we get into that, we want to go through our typical reminders for this week. This week we want to remind everybody next week is Shasta Bass Kayak Classic, March 25th and 26th. So far we have 58 anglers registered for the event. We will have Bryan and Bryan on later after Drew tonight, and we'll talk about that, how things are going, things that have changed. Some of the sponsors that have come on board since we talked to them last, and looks like I didn't put my music. All right. Sorry about that, Mike. Thanks for pointing that out, man. Yeah, Shasta Bass Kayak Classic next week, March 25th, 26th, 58 anglers registered. We will talk to Bryan and Bryan here a little bit later. And we want to remind everybody to get signed up for the Kayak Bass online photo contest. We want to be correct with that. We have to call it a photo contest out here. 3 fish limit. You know what it is anyways. I've let Drew in on the secret. California is, California's California. So, so it's a online photo contest. So the deadline to register is March 19th. It did start on the 2nd. It goes through the 31st. So far, there are 29 anglers registered, and there have been 109 fish, or photos. 109 photos have been submitted. It is an 8-fish photo contest. Remember, it's $36 to enter. Right now, the current leader is Jason Cullen with 156 3/4 inches. Some may have changed as of yesterday when I put this in, when I created my outline. So if it has changed, I apologize for who the current leader is, but there was quite a gap, so I imagine he still is in the lead. Jason Cullen also has the current big fish of 22 inches, which for those who aren't familiar with how big maybe inches are, they prefer it in pounds. That's roughly about a 6.5 pounder. So thumbs up to Jason. We got Matthew in second place coming up behind him, so we'd like to see him win a back-to-back contest again. Reminder, the Kayak Bass tournament was canceled for this coming weekend on Sunday due to Delta closures. So with that, we'll be doing Comanche next month. But it is what it is. Go up and fish the Shasta Bass Kayak Classic, all right? Reminder, Headwaters Kayak Spring Swap Meet takes place on the 25th, which is actually the same day as the first day of the Shasta Bass Kayak Classic. For those of you who won't be able to make it, remember that's there. If you plan on having a used kayak to sell at the swap meet, you need to have it. You have to have it submitted to or checked in, to Dan by the 24th, which is the Friday before. So we want to remember that. We also have Headwaters Kayaks Paddle Fest coming up Lodi Lake, April 22nd. You want to be there or be square. There's demos, clinics, food, music. It's going to be quite the day. And then on Sunday, there's going to be a big fish contest as well. So you want to get signed up for that. All right. So with that, we do have this week's giveaway. This week's giveaway is Trapper Tackle. I've had the pleasure of actually using a few of these hooks, and they work. They get the fish. They have what we call the box, right? And they get hooked in there, and they stay. Look them up, Trapper Tackle. So in order to be eligible to win that, you need to share the stream. Share the stream, and that's one entry into the contest to win that. And then the second entry is going to be use the hashtag in the comments, and preferably if you're on a computer or you can get on a computer and edit it, tag Trapper Tackle. That'll be an addition. I'll give you an additional entry for that, and then we also will give you an additional entry if you use the hashtag rig it, lock it, land it. That is the hashtag of Trapper Tackle. So
rig it, lock it, land it. All right. So with that, thank you, Drew, for letting me go through my spiel. So we want to welcome Drew. I apologize. It's going to be a little clumsy because normally we have David on here, and he's usually the guy handling all the questions and comments on the stream. So if you have any questions for David or for us tonight, be sure to post them. We will be appreciated. We really appreciate those, and that helps us grow because people see that you commented on our stream, and then they like, oh, what do you comment on? And they watch. So share it, comment, etc., etc. With that, so how's it going, Drew, man?
Doing great, man.
Hey,
good to be here. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, I apologize. It was quite the little spiel, and then all the setting up and everything. We've been running for quite some time now. But with that, man, thanks for coming on, and big congratulations to the win. You won $1,117.50 for
50 cents. Don't forget that 50 cents.
Yeah, man, 50 cents. You know, that's half a soda, right? Out of the machine.
Exactly right.
Yeah, what is that? A phone call? What's a phone call and a payphone anymore? Does you know what a payphone is?
What's a payphone?
Yeah, what's a payphone?
Yeah. Payphone.
So with that, it's great, man. Congratulations.
Appreciate it, man. Thanks.
So, before we kind of get into the tournament, man, let's talk a little about you, man. What do you do for a living? What's your job?
I work for the Army Corps of Engineers, actually, as a biologist, not an engineer. So.
Oh, right on.
I've been doing that for about 6 years here in Louisville.
Are you the flowery plant biologist, or like the swimming creatures and animals kind of biologist?
That's one way to put it. Yeah. Fish and wildlife. You know, basically. So I kind of determine how our natural resources are going to be affected by projects that we build. That's my job in a nutshell. So. Oh,
right on. So yeah, so you're not exactly one of the guys we blame for when our water's not being moved and when it is being moved and.
No, it's not me. That's
probably more of an actual engineer than probably I don't know.
Yeah.
Well,
engineer.
Yeah, yeah. But okay, well with that, I thought I'd give a little poke there. So did you imagine you have some sort of degree or something? A bachelor's, I imagine. Yeah.
Bachelor's degree in wildlife and fishery science, master's degree in biology.
Oh, a master's degree.
Concentration in fishery science.
Look at that's back-to-back guests we have with master's degrees. Look at that. Right on. You and Robert Field. That's cool, man. Education's important.
Expensive piece of paper.
Yeah, it's just a piece of paper. Yeah, education's important, but fishing's important, man.
I agree.
So you are a biologist, which is cool, man. I imagine that was a lot of fun. You learned a lot about the fish and all the different wildlife. Did you take fisheries courses and stuff like that?
Yeah, I concentrated in fishery science, so lots of fisheries courses. I missed the class where they teach you how to make fish eat artificial lures. Though I don't think that's in the curriculum, so it doesn't really help me when I'm on the lake. So.
Yeah, that's kind of more of one of those life lessons, right? But it's still cool. That's still cool, man.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what a lot of guys, at least when I was younger, that was the dream was to become a biologist. You know, that's what we thought was where the money's at. And then as we kind of grow older, and and the fishing industry has changed, people are starting to realize maybe the marketing degrees are more geared towards that, and then maybe like minor in the fishery stuff or vice versa. But anyway, so with that. So how did you actually get started fishing? Obviously, with the degree in biology, I imagine you probably been fishing for a long time.
Yeah, definitely. I grew up in East Tennessee with my two brothers. I'm the middle of three sons, so 3 boys. So my dad introduced us to fishing really early. Sometimes people ask when I started tournament fishing, and I usually tell them. Probably about as when I was old enough to hold a rod, because anytime Dad took us fishing on the lake bank, it was always a competition between me and my brothers. So it was always a tournament.
Loser buys Coke or what?
Just bragging rights usually, and that was enough for us. So yeah, I've been fishing my whole life. All through school, I've always been a bass fisherman. In middle school and high school. me and my older brother had some friends. They were brothers. They were the same age as us, and we would have tournaments. We'd have team tournaments out of one boat. So we'd have 4 people out of like their 16-foot aluminum boat, and we'd have tournaments. And we spent days and days fishing, and so those are some pretty good memories. Lots of fights and lots of laughs and lots of fish caught growing up in a little John boat. So
right on. For a reason, it wouldn't let me share to our group page. Let me see if it let me do it again here. Let's see. I don't know. If somebody else can post to Kayak Bass, for whatever reason, it's not being friendly to me, man. I apologize. Hopefully somebody can share that for me. I saw that James was watching here a second ago. Hopefully you can get that shared for me. That'd be appreciated. So with that, you've been bass fishing your life. When did you actually hop into the big plastic boat, man?
Yeah, it wasn't until I was in college, actually. I was just a broke college student, like most students, but I still had to get my fishing fix. So, I would wade creeks and streams in the area. I would walk the bank, whatever I had to do. And at one point, it was when I was in grad school, actually. My friend Tom, we were talking about a small lake close by, and I think it was just an electric only lake. And he had mentioned that he fished it out of his kayak. I was like, how's that work? What are you talking about? He's like, yeah, man, you take a couple of rods and a little tackle box, and you go out there and fish. So, I was intrigued. I really hadn't thought about that. I had to try that. Ended up borrowing a kayak from another friend, and me and Tom went out and I can't remember what we did that day. I don't think we did. We caught many fish, but like it didn't matter. I was hooked. So like as soon as I got back to the house, that evening, I jumped on Craigslist and started looking for a kayak that I could afford. And like a few days later, I found one like an hour drive away. It was like a 9 or 10 foot Victory Blast, sit inside, plain Jane, plastic seat. It came with a paddle for $125.
Bargain.
So exactly. So I drove like an hour to get it. The next day, loaded it back in the truck. I was stoked, got it back. I think the next day, I bought it on a Friday. So that Saturday I went out and I caught like a 6-pounder, which is my personal best at the time.
Nice.
This is awesome. I went the next day and caught like a 7 or 7.5 pounder.
Wow.
Personal best again. So I was hooked from then on.
Yeah, dude. When you take out your kayak and you beat your personal best twice,
yeah.
Bro, that says a lot.
I'm not going to go back to walking the bank after that, But so yeah, the rest is history, man. In my circle of friends, it was usually like as soon as you could afford to buy a bass boat, you bought a bass boat, right?
Yeah.
And I was trying to just work my way through school, get a job, and then buy a bass boat. But that kind of changed my outlook a little bit, and I really enjoyed it.
Uh-oh. Are we losing Drew?
Okay. Now and still
Hey man, we're getting a little choppy. Are you running the stream on your computer?
No. No, I'm not, Wes.
Okay. We just want to check because you were getting a little choppy. We started losing you there for a minute. So I just wanted to check, maybe see if you had anything running in the background. That's usually what ends up going on my end. So that's why. But
I'll close everything else out just to be sure. But
yeah. All right. Good? Yeah. You clean. Maybe you're giving us too much information, and the pipeline couldn't take it all. That's all right. With that, so you got into kayak fishing in college, which is cool, man. That's being broke, man.
2010, that thing.
Yeah, being broke, makes you have to, adapt and overcome, right? That's kind of what happened to me.
Right, that's right.
That's kind of how I found it too. So what clubs or circuits are you part of, man?
Bluegrass Yak Masters. I think we're going the 4th year now. Awesome club. There's, we usually get 50 anglers or so at each event. The guys that run it, I don't want to name them all because I'll forget someone, but they do an awesome job. Every event's great, and we're getting bigger and bigger payouts. I think last year and this year we had at least one event with like a $2,000 guaranteed payout. So
nice.
Yeah, it's really growing. It's a great club. I've been fishing I plan to fish several of the KBF trail events this year, so we'll see. I'll always hit up the Hobie Bass Open on Kentucky Lake, so plans to do the same for that one too for this year.
Man, I'm jealous. Hope maybe I can get out there next year. This year's probably not doable, but hey. What do they say? They say, shoot for the moon, and if you miss, you hit the stars, or something like that.
That's right. Yeah. Land among the stars, whatever.
So, with that, what kayak are you fishing out of, man? What's your poison?
I fish out of a Native Watercraft Slater Propel 13.
Right.
Mostly, I have an older Jackson Cuda that I use sometimes for the creeks or smaller bodies of water, but yeah, mostly the Propel.
Right on. You got a two yacker right here, a double yacker guy who uses two different rigs.
Sure.
Yeah. Right on. Man. Yeah, they're not all the same. It's like a fishing rod. I agree. Not all of them are made, with specific bodies of water in mind. So let's go ahead and talk about your win, man. Where is Barren River Lake?
Barren River Lake, it's about a 2-hour drive south of Louisville. I think Glasgow is probably or Bowling Green maybe is the closest city. So it's kind of central Kentucky.
Oh, right on.
South Central.
Right on. And what kind of fishery is Barren River Lake? It's river, it's lake. What is it?
It's an impounded river with a couple bigger tributaries coming in. I think it's about 10,000 acres at full pool.
That's a hefty size.
We actually, pretty good sized reservoir. We actually fish it at winter pool, and it's about 23 or 24 feet lower than summer pool. So it's a lot smaller during winter pool. It's a little different. It's actually the first time I fished it at winter pools. It's like fishing a different lake, but.
Yeah, well, at least the good thing about fishing into that low is that now you can scout for when it's high.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I saw lots of cool stuff, and marked a few of them on the GPS for sure.
Right on, man. So is it a shallow, deep river? Current, like got current flow or anything?
It does have a little current, especially this time of the year. Kind of up the lake toward the headwaters. There's some current. It's a pretty cool lake because there's a little bit of everything. There's definitely some deep spots in it. There's lots of like shallow stumps. There's some standing timber. It's a pretty cool fishery for sure.
Right on. So
mostly largemouth spotted bass.
Okay, cool. Yeah. That's kind of what we're doing with out here more than anything is the largemouth spotted bass or the combo of the two. Smallies are out here, but they're kind of they're a little few and far between. You can find them every now and again. Some of the reservoirs have a few more of them. Every now and again, you get lucky. People like actually go up Clear Lake, which is known for its largemouth, but every now and again you'll hook into I wouldn't say trophy size smallie, but you can catch a nice 3 to 5 pounder. I mean, it happens. It's not impossible.
That's awesome.
So, with that, so you said there's some stumps. Is it a lot of rock vegetation?
A lot of rock.
A lot of rock.
A lot of rock mostly. Yeah, not a lot of vegetation.
Not a lot of vegetation. Right on. So, what was the water temp during you guys' event out there? Like, what were the kind of water conditions?
It was about 55 on the main lake. Stained, probably like foot of visibility. We're definitely in pre-spawn here, so
right on.
That's what we're dealing with.
Yeah,
it was actually kind of tough. We were a couple days post cold front, so not the best conditions, but
yeah, but worked in your favor.
Oh, yes. It worked out for me, so I can't complain.
And what was your total length, man? I forgot to write that down.
Good question. 88, I think 88 and a quarter, something like that.
88 and a quarter for the 5 fish, right? 5 fish limit?
For 5 fish.
Yeah, we're
right.
I think primarily out here we're still doing 3 fish limits. But
Sure. Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah. The Blue Gas Yak Masters do 3 fish, so it's a little different.
I kind of like the 3 fish limit a little bit better personally. I feel like it gives more guys opportunity. Granted, the better fishermen rather do the 5, but I don't know. That's
it can be tough to catch 5.
Yeah, sometimes you might be the one guy that catches 5 and everybody else only catch 3 or 4.
Exactly.
Okay, so we got the water temp. So what exactly were you keying on? Like, what kind of structure were you kind of looking for? Depth or something? What got you all hot and bothered?
So I started kind of doing my map study and desktop research a few weeks beforehand, like most guys do. And there was one specific area, one creek in particular that really stood out to me. It jumped out. Just a few minutes of looking at maps. So it was kind of a deeper creek that emptied directly into kind of a channel swing of the main river. So there were lots of kind of deep water access close to potential spawning areas. So and this time of year during the pre-spawn, kind of late pre-spawn, just kind of look for those transition areas. And so I thought it looked great on paper, so that's kind of my number one area. My good buddy Michael Kroger, who I room with a lot on these tournaments and practice with sometimes, we kind of talked about it before. We did the same thing for this tournament, and we kind of talked about it beforehand. And I talked to him about that spot, and we kind of agreed that it looked good. So on Friday, we both went and pre-fished on Friday. I decided to go up the river to check out a spot up there. And he was going to fish the spot we talked about. So after 3 hours of fishing, I think I caught like 114 incher up there. So I packed up, went down the lake, talked to Michael, and by that time I talked to some other anglers along the way, and it was just tough fishing. There wasn't many big fish being caught, and by the time Michael had caught I think 3 fish and like 3 decent fish and one good one, and he was pretty confident there were some fish there. There were more fish there, and we decided to kind of go fish that area together on tournament day. So we left it alone. I didn't make a cast there on practice. I went up the lake. He went down the lake. I never caught another fish the rest of the day. I don't think he did either. So Friday night I'd fished all day and I'd caught 114. So I wasn't exactly on a winning pattern at that point. Confidence wasn't very high, but so that's where I was at Friday night. But just kind of banking on the area to hold some fish, essentially.
Yes, but even if you don't catch anything, you chalk it up to a learning experience.
Absolutely.
One of two things: either eliminates water, or it tells you need to, they're there. You just need to change it up.
I eliminated like all the water I fished on Friday, so.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It happens. So with that, what were your key baits and techniques, man? What did it for you?
So it's kind of funny how it worked out. Friday night, I usually I mentioned my brothers earlier. I usually call them like the day after I pre-fish or something. Tell them about what I caught, or usually about what I didn't catch, and try to get some advice from them. But I was talking to my younger brother, and in pre-fish I threw a lot of crankbaits. Like I felt like they should be eating a crankbait. It was kind of perfect conditions, and he mentioned at some point in the conversation if I had thrown a lipless crankbait, and I was like, I said, I thought about it, but I didn't, and so it's probably a good idea. I should probably tie one of those on for tomorrow. So, so I did, and that's actually what I ended up catching all my fish on was a lipless crankbait. It's actually I got it right here.
All right, the juice. Show us the juice.
Got you, man. I got you right here.
Show us the juice.
See.
All right. Oh, that's a booyah. That's a booyah in Raven Red.
Yeah, that's actually the old Excalibur one knocker. I don't know if they're any different than the Booyahs. Some people think they are, but
Yeah, I don't know either. I just know that's what they are now. I know I've actually got one of those, and
yeah.
my dad would kill me if I lost it. So I don't know if
Right.
I don't really ever want to throw it, but
you can tell this one's been used a little bit, so it's it's seen some fish and seen some rocks and everything else, but yeah, that's what I caught most of my fish on. We started the tournament. I pedaled out to the spot, and there were probably 4 or 5 kayak anglers and 4 or 5 bass boats. This is not a very big creek, and they were just all over the place. So it was like morning rush hour out there. And I kept cranking and trying some other things for like the first hour and a half maybe, with no bites. And finally, when people kind of cleared out, I got in that creek and picked up the lipless. And after a few casts, I caught like a 15-incher, and I was like, okay, that's better than I did in 8 hours yesterday. So maybe on to something. I went down the bank all the way to the back. That was the only fish. I went back up the bank, and at some point I decided to kind of change up my retrieve a little bit. I started going to more kind of a stop and go erratic. I would kind of burn it for a few cranks and kill it, and burn it and kill it. And after doing that for a few casts, I hooked like the biggest one. It was like a 19 3/4 or something. Sweet. Just a big fat female. I actually weighed it was like 5.5 pounds. And it wasn't even 20 inches, so it was a big old fat female. So maybe onto something here. So the rest of the day, and it wasn't like fast and furious by any means. It was still kind of a tough bite. I would catch a fish like probably every 45 minutes or every hour on average. But I think that kind of stop and go retrieve was getting a few reaction bites that from some of the big fish that some of the other guys weren't getting, and that ended up being the difference, I guess.
Right on, man. Lipless is one of my favorite things to throw. I don't throw as much as I should, but I love throwing it. I've caught some really good fish behind other people out in boats and stuff, throwing a lipless, and they're like, "What are you doing?" I'm like throwing a chrome and blue, and they're like, "What?" Like, right. They're out there chucking whatever, and I'm just throwing a little chrome and blue, and they're like, "Oh man, nice."
Yeah. A lot of people, when they think lipless, they just think about grass, just ripping out of grass or whatever. Mm-hmm. But it works other times too. I grew up throwing it like in crystal clear water on clay banks for smallmouth, and just caught them like that. So yeah, it's pretty versatile bait for sure.
Yeah, man, it's a great bait. So was there any gear or anything, any equipment that helped? Maybe it was clutch in your event, for at least for you in your win.
Yeah, I just got a Lowrance TI-7 with total scan. I think I got it a few weeks ago. So it has a side scan and things, and or I got it a few months ago anyway. And I was able to kind of. I mentioned there were stumps, and there were kind of isolated stumps here and there, and I could pick out stumps with that side scan and mark it, and then come back and hit it. And I caught at least one fish like that. So that was pretty awesome. What else? I try to keep things as clean as I can on my kayak, as clean and simple, so I don't have a lot of things going on.
Yeah. No, I mean, like, sometimes it's all it is. I mean, like, we have a lot of guys out here that, they want them, or they're not really sure it's necessary. So, I mean,
sure.
You test them. You're basically saying, hey, a fish finder's worth the investment, man. I agree. Especially side scan. Granted, I don't have side scan yet. I didn't get it this go around. But my next one will.
Definitely. Yeah, it can definitely be useful. At times, no doubt.
What kind of water depth were you fishing in?
So the bank I was fishing, I stayed in like this creek. It was probably half a mile long, maybe. I stayed in there pretty much all day, and fishing the same bank actually. It was about a 45-degree slope that went down to about 16 feet in the channel, and I was mostly kind of parallel on the bank. but I was fishing it probably a foot to maybe 10 or 12 feet deep.
Right
I kind of caught fish in that range. So
sweet, man. Appreciate the info. The 4-on-1.
Yeah.
So with that, actually, are you fishing the KBF National Championship this year?
Yeah, I am. Hopefully, I can carry some of this momentum down to Kentucky Lake in a couple of weeks and catch some fish down there. Yep, I'll be there for sure.
Right on. We got a few of our guys heading out there. That's pretty cool, man. I'll be rooting for you. That's for sure.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Yeah. So what do you have any other major events besides some of the you said the Hobie Open, right? You fishing the Hobie Open?
Yeah, Hobie Open. That's in June on Kentucky Lake. I fished it the past couple years. I haven't done great. I think I finished 6th the first year, but I'm still learning the ledge fishing deal. So I feel like I've learned a lot every year. So hopefully I can put it together this year, make something happen. I don't know how those Hobie guys are going to feel when I win it out of a native, though. They might like that.
Yeah, I'm in a Hobie myself. I'm definitely eyeballing the Titan coming up here pretty soon. My eyeballs are on it, man. I just don't know. The Hobie's pretty clutch. I mean, but I'm not against the Titan is there. I'm gonna try to get. I'm gonna
try. You might like it.
Exactly. I'm gonna try to get in it. The only thing I think I'm having trouble with is possibly the propping and all of our weeded vegetation out here in the Delta.
Yeah, it could be an issue. That could be an issue for sure.
Yeah. So, and who said I can't have 2 rigs, right? You got 2 rigs.
Yeah,
Why can't I? Yeah.
3 or 4 rigs.
Yeah. So, where can our viewers follow you, man? Where can they keep up with Drew Russell and know what's going on and happening?
Facebook. That's about it.
That's it, man. You're not on Instagram. Oh man, come on now, get with the times.
Maybe I'll make one up.
I went to try to tag you on Instagram for this, and I was like, where is he?
Yeah.
We'll just yeah.
I know, I got to catch up with the times.
Right on, man. Hey,
I'm just on Facebook now.
Right on. I appreciate you coming on, man. Giving us a moment of your time. Hopefully we can get you out here for one of our events, possibly. If it's within.
Yeah, I love that, man. Absolutely.
Yeah, we'll meet you halfway. Maybe we meet in like Texas or something and go fish one of the cats vents down there. So what I'm going to do is I'll give a reminder to everybody before I go to an interlude here. So this week's giveaway is for Trapper Tackle. I got a couple of Trapper Tackle hooks. I've got an offset wide gap 3/0, an offset wide gap 4/0, and a 1/0 drop shot hook. Pick these up over at Fisherman's Warehouse in Manteca. So if you want to win these, share the stream, give us a like, and comment. For one entry, go ahead and share it. Second entry, if you can manage to get on a computer, tag Trapper Tackle, hit @TrapperTackle, and edit the post and and add them to the share, so that way they can see that you shared this stream. And an additional one, we'll go ahead and give you for using the hashtag #RigItLockItLandIt. That is the hashtag for Trapper Tackle. #RigItLockItLandIt. Using the Trapper box. That is key right there, man. I actually use these and I am in love. And I've literally just pretty much replaced all my stuff. Granted, I did lose a bunch of gear the other day, but we can talk about that later. So with that, man, thank you, Drew, for coming on. We'll be talking soon.
Thanks for having me, Wes.
Yeah, you're welcome, man. Take it easy.
You too, bud.
deal of the week from Headwaters Kayak Shop in Lodi. We're looking at Bryan give a plug a deal of the week, maybe two here. But Dan sent me a text message. Let me go ahead and read it here. So we've got scratch and dent new canoes, man. That's a great way to get into a new canoe for a great price. He's got the Frontier for $9.50 and a Pursuit for $10.50. Limited stock to what's on hand. Also offering 10% off new canoe accessories. So get on it, boys and girls and ladies. We got some lady watchers here. $15 hog trough and a free Kayak Bass sticker with hog trough purchase. So that is our deal of the week this week. With that, thank you for tuning in, everybody. Thank you for sticking with us. Hopefully you enjoyed the interview with Drew. I'm glad he came on. I'm planning to have more of those guys on here in the future, and actually more winners across the nation, hopefully. And we're going to help spread the love and make the connection between all of us kayak anglers. So with that, we got Ryan and Bryan, and so let's go right into it, man. So we want to go ahead and talk about what actually Shasta Bass Kayak Classic is benefiting. I want to touch on that real quick. Granted, we did, have the episode before, but go ahead and let everybody know about Heroes on the Water and what's going on there, man.
Yeah, we're doing tournaments to benefit Heroes on the Water. Headwaters Adventure is hosting and sponsoring, but they're not making any money off of it. We're going to pay the prizes and some expenses, and then anything above that's going to go to Heroes on the Water. At the same time, we're doing trying to do some corporate matching and get local businesses. So,
right on.
Hopefully, we do well. So, in Heroes on the Water, of course, is we take veterans kayaking and kayak fishing, especially service disabled veterans, designed for that. So.
Right on. I didn't really realize you were having some matching. That's going to be really great because I think the opportunity is going to be there. I think we'll have probably quite a few guys donating while we're there. So as of now, we've got 58 anglers registered. Last I counted, is that correct?
58 registered. We're hoping to get. We've got another week, so we're hoping to get a few more, and we can start talking about a little more payout and stuff.
Yeah, I know of at least one guy that is trying to figure out where he's going to stay. Good old Abel. He's he found this last minute he's able to swing in. So we know at least one guy. I imagine it might be another 2 or 3 possibly, and we'll bust that 60 mark, man. That's going to be it's a pretty big deal for us out here.
That'll be big. We were hoping to hit 50, and to hit 60 would be great. And we're already working, planning next year. So we're going to push it a little later, maybe in April.
Is the music still going again? I shouldn't have any music going. I killed all that.
We don't hear any music.
Oh, well, yeah, I might have had it going on over here. Let me go. Is that better? I apologize, man. Hopefully you guys could hear that. I'm super clumsy. This software here. Not to mention I'm pretty clumsy myself. So 58 anglers registered, benefiting Heroes on the Water. They have some corporate matching. So whatever we happen to.
I'll explain that. The corporate matching is I've gone to a couple of corporations and I'm trying to get into their program. So their employees are giving to HOW, and then they're going to match what their employees give. So it's not necessarily matching what the tournament gives, but just wrapping it all into one thing here.
Okay.
This month to raise money for HOW.
Yeah, it's not what I was thinking it was, but even then, still, it's cool nonetheless. It's an opportunity.
Yeah. We will have some hats and T-shirts if the people fish in the tournament. Give an extra $20 to HOW, they'll get a T-shirt or a hat, their choice. So just something to help them out for another donation.
Right on.
Right here.
Sweet. So with that, what exactly are our current lake conditions, man? What's it look like up there?
It's muddy right now. All the reports are most of the lake it's clearing up. The clarity's getting better, but there's still a lot of it's warmer now, so there's some snow melt off coming in, and that's still bringing water in. But they've reduced the flow out of the lake way down, so the lake is stabilizing, which is a good thing. There shouldn't be a lot of fluctuation. We are setting up for a little rainy period here. 50-60% chance of rain Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Up here though, that can change, and we may get some, we may not.
It can move forward or it can move back, right?
It can move forward or it can move back. The NorCal here in Redding, it's weird weather patterns here. So hopefully the weather, if it does rain, it clears up by next weekend. So
right on. So right now the projected is possible rain, maybe not. We're just kind of
I have to see. The only thing we would get really concerned about if it was really windy, but there's no weather forecast are predicting any wind really. So sometimes the fish bite better in the rain. So bring your rain gear with you, and it should be okay. I sent out an email to everybody today, but anybody that's not signed up yet, you can still sign up. We bought extra T-shirts. You get a T-shirt. You won't necessarily get a premium captain's bag because the sponsors that sent it for the amount of people we had signed up by March 1st or thereabouts. But still can sign up till the 24th, and if you sign up on the 24th, the price goes to $125 because we have several things to deal with if it's the last day sign up. So before midnight on the 23rd, it'll be it's still $100, and come on and sign up. We got plenty of room to launch, and captain's meeting. We're having Headwaters is putting on a feed, and people are bringing food, and that's Friday night. And then we've got some really excellent prizes to give away too. And the drawing, we're not selling any tickets for any raffles because it just doesn't work that way with how and everything we do. So everybody that signs up gets five tickets in their captain's bag and got as good a shot as anybody to win in one of the great prizes we got.
Right on, man. I'm excited for it. I know David's excited for it. We'll be there. We're gonna try to do a stream from the captain's meeting if we can, and possibly kind of do maybe a borderline recap with maybe the leader or something of the event on the first day. See how that goes. If not, it happens. But that's kind of the plan right now. With that, I hear so there's going to be a news team, a broadcast or something on Friday, right?
Yeah, Friday morning at 10:30, one of the local news stations is going to pay us a visit there at Bridge Bay Resort. And we're going to discuss the tournament and the Hobie qualifier and Heroes on the Water. So some of the people are going to be pre-fishing, and I've asked them if they're available to join in. They want to take a look at some of the kayaks and maybe film the kayaks on the water and talk to one or two people that are involved in how and either as a previous participant or a volunteer, see how it's helped them, veterans that might have been part of how. So that's the plan right now. And I think it'll be good, and then we'll share that with everybody once that's done.
Right on, yeah. Hopefully we can get a couple guys to do some cameos. That'd be cool.
Do some cameos, yeah.
Yeah, some cameos. Get their 15 seconds in, right, real quick.
Right. So shine those kayaks up. So
yeah. That's actually a good reminder, man. I gotta go take mine out to the car wash and go pressure wash that bad boy. It's pretty gross.
Yeah, we just sent something out to everybody that signed up about the zebra mussels. There's no permit, or you don't have to pay. They don't inspect. It's just something the U.S. Forest Service. Any tournament, you got to send it out to clean your boat before you take it on the lake.
Yeah.
So that's their suggestions.
Especially the guy. I think it's mostly the guys who are going to be most. I think it's like south of Fresno area and south where that most of that stuff comes from. They always ask us when we go into Comanche, where's the last place you've been, and if you've been anywhere in the Fresno zip code or other than like Stanislaus or San Joaquin County, they're like, nope, that's it. So that's Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, make sure, of course, you can't go on the water without your PFD on, and we're going to try to do a shotgun start, and the sunrise is like 6:45, 7 o'clock. So we'll start passing out the identifiers about 5:30 in the morning. Then let people start getting on the water maybe 6, 6:15, and then we'll just yell or blow a whistle or something. Everybody can start fishing about 6:45. Yeah. And that's the plan. We'll do that both mornings. That's the plan right now.
When you yell, use your diaphragm.
Yeah.
You almost have me do it. I'm
Yell loud.
I'm very loud.
Sneaking out to the edge already.
Yeah. I'm very loud.
One good thing though, there's not going to be any off limits around the resort. So if some of people want to stay and fish around close to the resort, they can. We are going to have some limits. If you're renting a houseboat or staying there, once pre-fishing stops Friday night at 6:00, we don't want you fishing at all anywhere except in your kayak during the designated hours. Most people it wouldn't even matter, but we don't want anything suspicious if they see somebody a rod hanging off their houseboat they're staying in or something.
Right.
Once it starts. So.
Sweet. So that means we'll have to go night fishing on Thursday night then.
Yeah. Night fish or fish all day Friday until you come to the captain's meeting.
Right on, man. So with that, so we have any new sponsors on board since last time we talked?
Yeah, let me get my list over here so I can look at it.
Oh, you can just turn your shirt around backwards.
Oh yeah. Well, this is I don't know if you can see it. Let me take my glasses off. The front of the shirt, you're going to get a T-shirt that says Hobie World's qualifying on it, qualifying event, and the back has all the sponsor logos. So
it's pretty sweet, man. Yeah. Brian's all, yeah, you stand right here.
Next year, we want to hit 40 or 50, maybe 60 sponsors, and like to see everybody go home with something, get their money's worth.
Yeah, man. I feel like the odds are still pretty good, with 60 guys.
Yeah. So, see, we picked up a new ice mill coolers. They're going to give us a couple coolers, and we picked up Let 'em Buck baits. He's a local guy here, Vern Levitt, and he does custom baits, and he gave us a bunch of baits to. We don't know if he'll give them as prizes or add them into the captain's bag, and then I think most of the stuff we've talked about before. We've got a couple action hats, so you can put your phone or your GoPro on your hat and film. An Ego slider, an Ego fish grip, an Ego measuring board. Branson Baits has given us some baits. Fish Sniffer is going to do an article on the tournament after the tournament, but they gave us 5 hats, 6 hats, 6 year-long subscriptions, which are, I don't know, $30, $40, $50 each subscription. I think it's actual magazine.
Right, and they're like a weekly or bi-weekly or something.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah,
and then they gave us some P-line rod or P-line line. And we got the GoPro Hero 5 to raffle off. We've got the Lowrance Elite TI5 to raffle off. Pacific Outfitters, they gave us a Lew's American Hero spinning rod and reel combo to give away as a prize. Got a couple books from a friend of mine who wrote Light Tackle Trolling, great books. You guys have seen him back on the East Coast. He catches those monster stripers on the Chesapeake Bay. So he gave us a couple of books to give away. And Phil's Propeller up here, they gave us 20 $10 gift certificates. But I think I told you we might give those out Saturday afternoon to the 20 people in the lowest position so they can run down to Phil's and buy something that's going to work for them. If they're not catching fish. So.
I personally like that idea. I think that'd be fun.
Yeah. And Procure's giving stuff, and Scotty, we're getting a Scotty flag and a Scotty rod holder to give away. A lot of good prizes. So
right on. So we got the deadline to sign up is actually Friday night, but with the penalty of
$25 if you sign up Friday, because we have to go through some extra work and do the stuff we really want. What we would really like is if you're going to be in town and driving up Friday, come through Headwaters in Reading here and stop by the shop, sign up, do everything you do, sign the waiver, get your captain's bag, and then the captain's meeting is not mandatory. So, but if you want to come back, we suggest you come back. We'd like everybody to come back here, but you don't have to. And if you're fishing that day, come on down, 4 or 5 o'clock and hang out at the shop and sign up. The reason we're doing it at the shop is, everything we do on Forest Service land, we have to pay to do at Bridge Bay, and it costs us money, and then that's money we spend that doesn't go to Heroes on the Water. So I know it might be a little inconvenient, but there's locals, and it's just easier to do it here at the shop. So.
Right. Yeah, understandable. So, I mean, have we had any major changes to what's going on? I realized that we thought there was talk of possibly doing a second launch and that kind of stuff.
No, at 60 people or 70, and the way that Bridge Bay is working with us, getting the people out there and is good. And plus, there's going to be some bass boats on the lake, and essentially the Department of Fish and Game and the U.S. Forest Service have told everybody else that's doing their the club tournament or whatever to stay away from Bridge Bay Resort. So let's just keep in that area. Of course, you're welcome to go fish anywhere on the lake you want, as long as the kayak goes in the water at Bridge Bay. If you want to go 3 or 4 miles to Jones Valley, you can go. You're welcome to go and get back. Just be in line, turn in your identifier, and be in line by 3 o'clock Saturday and by 2:30 Sunday. If you're late, everything you caught that day is disqualified. If you're not in line and we don't have your identifier back in our hand, even if you've posted the fish online, you're still going to be disqualified. Don't any fish that thing.
Right on. Victor Woolworth says, is there parking by the launch, and how far from the rooms if you wheel the kayak?
Victor, if you look in our group, or you'll see a video, but literally if you have a trailer and you're staying at the lodge, you can park your trailer at the lodge, and it's on a bluff about 50 feet up, and then you just pull your kayak right down, and the launch is right below the lodge. You can look at the launch from the lodge, and then if you're in a car and you're car topping, you can park right there at the launch, and there's no distance between the launch and where you can park. If you get there early enough, you can park next to the launch if you want. So,
and also another thing, Saturday morning, Bridge Bay.
He speaks.
Bridge Bay is running a shuttle for us. So if we have to park people in the overflow parking lot, we can let you unload everything by the boat ramp, park your car somewhere else in the overflow lot, and Bridge Bay is running a little bus back and forth for us to transport people. So yeah,
it's pretty cool. So we got that. So do you have an idea on the payout as it stands right now? Or prize?
Right now we've got the first and second place. The first place winner gets to choose between the Outback or the invitation to the Hobie qualifying, and then we're going to do a payout down to fifth place, and it just depends on how many. We're thinking like 150, and then if we keep getting more people, then you raise that up to do some kind of payout to help people out a little bit. If we get 10 more or 20 more last minute signups, then we'll increase that some. So.
All right, cool. So we have we want to do a quick itinerary on how things are gonna go down.
Sure. So 2 o'clock till 6 o'clock Friday. Come in, check in, sign the liability waiver. Nobody. It's just important to us and insurance and everything that everybody volunteers, anybody going to be involved has to sign that liability waiver. That protects us all. And pick up your captain's bag. You're going to get a name tag, and that name tag you got to have with you when you get on the water, because we'll use that. We'll add something to that as an identifier. So you're not going to get on the water unless you have picked up your captain's bag and you signed the waiver form. So you can do that from 2 to 6 Friday. Then 6:30, we're going to do the captain's meeting for 15, 20 minutes, and then we'll have some food around 7 o'clock Friday night. And then I went over Saturday morning, about 5:30, we'll start passing out the identifiers. If you're in line, Let you on the water about 6:15. Start fishing about 6:45, 7 o'clock, depending on the weather. Check-in will start at, hopefully everybody uploads fish all day long, and we're doing the judging and checking and approving. But I know some people are going to take digital cameras and not use their phones. So we'll start doing check-in maybe 1:30, 2 o'clock Saturday afternoon, and then you got to be in line by 3 o'clock. And then after 3 o'clock, the day's yours. Whatever you're going to do Saturday. And
drink beer, go to bed.
Yeah. So the leaderboard will be live, right? So hopefully during the day, Bryan and I, and we're going to have one other judge, three of us, and we'll approve the fish, or we'll penalize them if necessary, or we'll disqualify them if we think it needs to be disqualified. And then you'll see, and it automatically calls. So you need to take a picture and upload all your fish that you catch. But the only thing that'll show on the leaderboard is the top three, and it'll total in total inches in the top three, and then it'll automatically call. So important that you get accurate, because if you call a fish longer than it really is, we're gonna, you're better off to go the next quarter inch down instead of us saying that fish is no good because you tried to squeeze an extra quarter inch out of it and have us disqualify it or something.
Right.
So the closed mouth will be really important, because a lot of 14, 15, 16-inch fish are going to be caught. And it's going to come down. It could come down to a quarter inch who gets to go fish somewhere in the world with the Hobie qualifier. So we'll be pretty strict on that closed mouth, and that's a half-inch penalty. And if it looks like you're manipulating the fish at all, trying to push it or shove it or do something like that, it's a half-inch penalty too.
Okay. Quick question: what is the cell reception like up there? What carriers have pretty good reception? Squid bugs in my garage here.
When I've been up there, the Verizon is pretty good. Sprint works pretty good, and there's going to be places on the lake that maybe the reception's not so good. So and then it'll come and go too. But we're going to allow for that. That's why it's important to be in line at 3 o'clock, because if you haven't had a chance to upload, or as soon as you get off the water and you're there at Bridge Bay, if it uploads then, that's fine. But you just have to turn in your identifier so we know that you're not fishing after 3 o'clock, taking more pictures and trying to upload more fish.
Okay.
So we'll work that out. We'll have a couple of laptops, and we'll have hotspots or something. Make sure we can get the stuff uploaded. The really good thing is that since it's a 2-day tournament, we'll figure all that out Saturday, if we do have any issues, and we'll know by Sunday what we have to do, and try to get it finished up early Sunday.
Okay. So that's Saturday. What's Sunday morning, and how's that?
Sunday morning, same schedule. You'll turn in your identifier to us, including your name tag, at 3 o'clock. By 3 o'clock Saturday, we'll hold it overnight. In the morning, on Sunday morning, you'll get that back with something else, and that'll be an identifier for Sunday. And then at 2:30 Sunday, you have to be off the water. We collect that identifier back. We get all the fish logs, all the catches logs, and then hopefully, if it's working well during the day, it won't take too long, and we'll be able to do the awards ceremony fairly quickly. Nothing big, We've got the banquet room there at the lodge. We'll all gather there and do an award ceremony, take some pictures. It's important we get pictures taken for our sponsors. They like that. And hopefully get everybody out by 5:30 would be the ideal. So we're not going to really have any food or anything, maybe some snacks or something, or if people want to bring something. But I think the lodge has a bar, right?
It does. Yeah, a bar and a restaurant.
A bar and a restaurant. So if you want to eat,
that's going to be a nice drive home.
Ceremony, you can do that. So
no drink, no drive. All right. So there's itinerary. With that, you said you had some. You want to talk about the plans for 2018? What we got going down?
2018, we're trying to push it into April. We don't want to conflict with a lot of stuff that everybody does every year, but we're looking at mid-April, maybe tax weekend, April 13th, 14th, and 15th, I think it is. already talked to Bridge Bay about it. They want us back. They're really liking having the kayaks involved there. And, Hobie is Hobie. You never know what they're going to do, what they're going to commit to. And we told them we want to do it again. And they said, let's get to the first one and go from there. But usually they keep them going as long as it goes well. So, but we'll probably do it either way, but we're pretty certain it'll be a qualifier again.
Right on, man. Look forward to that. That'd be fun. In April, it'll be like probably more right in the heart of the spawn or post spawn. Take advantage of some topwater fish and stuff. That'll be fun. Topwater spots are a blast. So with that, anything else you want to touch on?
Not really. I appreciate, there's a lot of good questions. Practice, getting those fish right in the hog trough so you don't get them disqualified. And, have fun, be safe. That's the big thing. Be safe on the water. So
yeah, make
should be a good time.
Make sure your life jacket. Granted, I didn't really touch on it before, but I dumped my kayak the other day. I dumped a pro angler, man. So don't say you can't flip out of. Yeah, I didn't turtle it. I yard sailed. I flipped into some brush out at Kelsey Bass Ranch with a buddy of mine. He does their website and he's helps a lot of works with some of the maintenance and stuff out there. And I was coming along a log and I flipped in it past it and I got a bite and I felt it come out of the fish's mouth and it stuck right into a log. But because I was short lined and I was kind of backwards a little bit when I set. My body went with it because it was short line and my momentum, and I just dude. Dude, it was bad. I lost I don't know. I don't want to talk about it just in case my wife's watching. I lost.
We've all been there.
Yeah, I lost a lot. So I'm kind of gathering my thoughts and I'm working with my buddy. We're going to try to come up with some solutions to prevent that in the future. Yeah, it wasn't fun, but so don't let anybody tell you can't flip out or fall out of a pro angler because it happened. I did it. I almost flipped that bad boy over. Luckily it was to my chest. It wasn't. If it was any deeper, I would have been screwed. It would have went all the way over. But I was able to catch it as it kind of went over and hold it up and push it back over. Yeah. I had an inflatable. My inflatable went. Poof. It was all.
Yeah. I did that with my Revo 16. I'd been in my 13 for a long, long time and never flipped with my 16. Had that seat sitting up high and on my home lake and 2 rods out, just playing around. And I was worried about one rod getting stuck, so I turned to get it, and the winds pushed a little bit and just flipped right over. It can happen. I always wear my PFD, of course, but it can happen.
It was in an instant. I had no time to it was off guard. It wasn't like I saw a wave and I couldn't brace myself and it just kind of it was set and over. And as soon as I started to see it go sideways, I was like, well, I can't counter it. I could tell I couldn't counter it. I was already out, man, and I was in the water.
The only thing I had time for was to say, "Am I really doing this?" And then there I went.
And the first thing in my mind was like, "Oh, all my stuff," because I didn't close my front hatch. I didn't have it bungee down, and that was the biggest mistake. I lost one rod and reel, and luckily my other ones actually float. My Enigma, powered Enigma, it floated. The EVA cork, man, saved one. It was floating on the surface, and I was like, oh, that was great. Because I did a count, and I was like, I'm one short, and that's.
It took me about an hour, but I used one rod stayed in the holder, and then I used it, and I fished for about an hour, and I finally snagged my other rod. Yeah. And I brought it up off the bottom.
Yeah, we tried to do the crank, but the crankbait that I had was too deep, so it hit the bottom, and then it deflects sideways, so it wouldn't stay at the right depth. And I could have got a snorkel and went and dove for it, but that water was too dirty, and it would have took me all day. I didn't have time. I had to work that night, so it is what it is. Cut my losses. It happens. Lesson learned, right? So with that, we want to plug our giveaway for this week. Trapper Tackle. These shared for a chance to win these packs of hooks. If you can, tag them in your post. So like you create a post, you write a post, tag Trapper Tackle, and use the hashtag rig it, lock it, land it. That is their go-to hashtag for Trapper Tackle. Rig it, lock it, land it. So with that, we want to do my giveaway for last week. I apologize, guys. You can hopefully you can bear with me, and we can get going here. I actually created the video of it last night. Due to the fact that this machine is not super friendly and likes to lock up on me, I'm going to go ahead and play it. Play the video. I inputted all the names, and this is what we've got. I'm going to go ahead and just put it right here. All right, Mike Ayers. Congrats, man. You won the last week's Whopper Plopper, a double plopper, and loon. Boom. This will be yours. We'll go ahead and meet up here pretty quick, and I'll get that to you. So with that, I want to say thank you for tuning in, everybody. Thank you to Drew Russell for coming on, and thank you, Bryan, for coming on and giving us an update on what's going on and the plans for next week. With that, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next week. Next week we're going to try to go on Tuesday. I've got the winner from the other Kayak Bass Trail event from this previous weekend coming on, and it's going to be a good show. With that, love, peace, and chicken grease.
All right.
Whoa.